Hello, love. Welcome home to Eden. There is only one problem on earth that causes all other problems. And let's get into it now. Okay? I'm going to share it with you. Why are we such crazy monkeys? Destroying the earth with global warming and constant wars and greedy overloading with all of our trash, causing genocides, abusing children, abusing each other in relationships, all about power struggles, incarcerating immigrants, changing the American dream into the American dystopian nightmare for them. Why are we like this? What is it that we are crazy monkeys, a bad creature? Is it that men are the problem and men are the bad guys and women are the good girls? Is it that it's capitalism, patriarchy, sexism, racism, all the isms? Is that what it is? The one thing that causes all our problems on earth? What about before the isms? What about when we were, surviving over millennia, millions of years of collaborating as these crazy monkeys who had to have been getting along in small tribal groups with very harsh elemental conditions to contend with? We could not have been warring through in those times, or we wouldn't be here to this day. What were we doing differently? Was it always this way? No, it wasn't always this way. So how is the feminine half of your being doing today? After millions of years of her being repressed, suppressed, demonized, and told that she's the problem, how is the feminine side of you doing if you are a man, if you are queer, if you are gay, if you are lesbian, if you are straight, if you are a woman, a child? How's the feminine side of you doing right now? Because what I'm saying is that the one problem on earth, it is the systematic repression and exclusion of the feminine half of beingness in everybody. And it happens for everybody in different ways. It's relentless. It's been going on for, a couple of thousand years, maybe more than 3,000 years it's been going on. But that's not very long if you consider millions of years of living as whole beings collaboratively together. What about the women's movement? What about that? Did that solve anything? How come we don't have the ERA in our country? Well, because people are afraid of losing polarity. They're afraid that if they go for this whole feminist movement, there'll be nothing protecting women in terms of the home or child support or women's rights, because already written into the laws of marriage are all of these laws that allow men to do terrible things to women, incarcerate them if they're crazy, take all their money, on and on. And you can look them up. You can look up all the laws, which is the real reason not to get married. But look, when feminists went about getting us the vote, and they got our right to own property, and they changed it so that we could wear clothes that we could breathe in and work in without damaging the organs of our bodies, without having our feet bound in crippling shoes. When the feminists did this, how did they do it? They were very strong, of course. They were courageous. They suffered a lot. But the suffragettes, right? But also they acted like men. They proved that they could be as good as men by acting like men. And when you look at the Inquisition, over 700 years of persecution of the wild feminine women who danced, who sang, who were healers, who were really feminine, who were emotional, who were mystical, who were prophets, and you see them systematically burned at the stake along with their children and their lovers, over 700 years, another one and another one and another one burned alive. Well, what happens to the feminine is she goes, I'm getting out of here. I got to act like a man. I got to be a man to survive. And the men learn, yeah, I'm the man, and everything about me is naturally supported in this world. And the men don't even know what they're missing because the women don't know either. They've lost their feminine and they have no idea what they've lost because they never even got to really see it alive and thriving. The one problem on earth, the one problem causing every ism, sexism, racism, capitalism, environmentalism, is the systematic repression of and disappearance of the feminine half of beingness. So how do I know some of this, where did it come to me from? Well, that's a longer story. It has to do with being dyslexic in a world that's very masculine. When you have severe dyslexia as a child, you cannot read, write, or do any of the things expected of you. Read a calendar, be on time, you're in a nowhere's land of being very intelligent, so people think you're a rebel, purposefully trying to rudely come at the wrong time or say the opposite thing that you meant to say because the words just swapped in your mouth. But try to imagine this, okay? So we were like, oh, come on, Eve, don't be so dramatic. We're doing okay. Look at us all, the women have more rights now, blah, blah, blah. Well, imagine this. Imagine trying to walk with one leg. Try to pick up things with one arm, breathe with half a nose, see with only one eye, eat with half a mouth, have only half your organs in your body, hear with one ear. It would be very hard, and you would have survived an atrocity to be in that condition, okay? The disappearance of the feminine half of your beingness is the atrocity that is causing the cruelty all over the planet, because we are trying to operate with only our masculine in control, and the feminine half of our body has the heart, literally the heart. So without the heart, we're left with only logic and the mind was just doing its best. Oh, I'm going to fight those guys. I'm going to protect and provide by being stronger. That's what our masculine side does. He fixes things by fighting. He provides by working really hard. Look, we're not going to knock him because the masculine side of ourself has been given all the attention for thousands of years in terms of privileges and priorities and lauding his style, on and on. He has climbed a ladder of his own ability all the way up to the place of AI, robots, technical machines, and technology and computers that can replace all of humanity, supposedly. Except for if you don't have a body, you don't have a heart, there is no human being at all. It's not true, actually. It's not true. It's a different form of life, or is it even life? But with those computers, no, it's not a human. It's not true. And it's not fun. To be replaced by a robot means you, have no job. You have no relationship. You're relating with a machine. This is a lie that we can get along without the feminine, that it's okay, that we're better off now. You can see in the climate collapsing, our masculine values, the side of us that wants to excel and get bigger and have more quicker and compete and win. And it's not like we're going to get away from our masculine side either, because he's as inherent to us as our feminine side is, who has been disappeared. Okay, so what do? Before you sink under the weight of this talk that I'm giving, and this is the talk that I plan to give all over the world. I want to wear white lace when I do so, though, okay? I want to bring back my divine feminine. So, if you imagine all of the parts of you that are feminine suddenly being supported, and you have the freedom to feel her, do her, be her, what would it be like? What parts of your life are getting suppressed by your fear of the feminine? by your repression of your heart, of your soul, of your mysticism. Now, look, I have my list of what is feminine to me and what is masculine to me in myself. And I don't mean to tell you what it is for you. You can make your own list, but I guarantee you these particular qualities I'm going to list right now, those are the ones being repressed. You can call them your masculine if you want. But the ones, the second list I'm going to mention, that's the one that's being supported in the world. And over 30 years of working with children, this is why I put my list, since this is the feminine, this is the masculine, is I saw all these kids come in innocent, beautiful, full of love, ready to play. All of the children have all the emotions. All the children want to express themselves. All of them have heart. All of them have soul. All of them have intellect. They are all equal in these respects. But the little boys will say, train! Truck, oh, car. Like, the girls could care less. The girls are busy relating and playing. What if the feminine and masculine sides of yourself are different? And they're meant to be polar opposites in a good way, because they're both necessary to you. So in my list of the feminine, she's multitasking, she's of all of the arts, she's emotional, she's playful, she's improvisational, she is not on a timeline, she's about beingness, she's not even about doingness, she's just like about timelessness. Yeah, she's about earth reverence. She's got indigenous roots going way back to worshiping the earth as real spiritual deities. She's mystical. She is dreaming. She's getting omens all the time. She's a prophet. She loves color and dressing up and fanciful music. She loves to dance and paint and write and sing and create originally. She's not interested in regurgitating, memorizing, being told what to think and feel. She's questioning, all the time questioning. So she doesn't do well with religion or dogma, because she's going to question it, right? And she loves to surrender, and she loves to be penetrated with new energy and physically and by God, Goddess, all that is. She loves that feeling of surrender, orgasmic surrender. She loves animals, she loves home, she loves cooking and creating the sacred space to live in. Yeah, that's my feminine side. Okay, my masculine side? Well, look, how much time are you giving to that feminine side? That long list. Any of that in your life, the senses, the smelling and feeling and hearing and like beautiful scents in your home. I mean, how much time is she really being given? I don't know, but my masculine side, he's got me under his spell, because I'm like you. I'm like the world. I want to excel, and I want to promote myself, and I'm organized, and I have plans and foundations of hierarchy of what's important to me, and I am constantly wanting efficiency, and I love leadership and laws. I'm very upset about the world, our country losing its laws and its dignity and its morality through the hierarchy of laws. I want those. I respect the warriors. And the warrior in me that will protect the young, or the black sheep, or the one that's getting bullied. I am about that. I've got that in me too. The warrioress, mapping out segregating understanding, and scientific empirical evidence. I've got to have it, but the thing is, my feminine side is inclusive. All children belong to me, and I belong to them as their mother. Like, my masculine side is not like that. He's really more about me, my power, my money, look. Both sides are admirable, right? Both sides are totally necessary. But if you imagine a foundation of a house that's only on the earth will rot the wood. The earth, the mama, will not work as a foundation for your house unless it's mixed with all kinds of rock and cement as adobe, you know? The foundation of your house, the house of us, the premise must be the equality of the two sides of our being and their absolute necessity to be whole humans in a functional, happy society. And when the man side of you says, I want to learn and grow through hardship and challenge, we must respect that. That's how he learns. But when the feminine side says, I can't learn under those conditions, for me to learn, it's got to be pleasureful. And the more pleasureful and enjoyable it is, the more I'll learn the quicker. And then I'm multitasking and I'm going to use all of my brain all at once. And then the masculine says, I can't do that. That is overwhelming and chaotic. I need to focus. I'm just going to focus, okay? One thing at a time. And we have to respect that when we're in our masculine side trying to learn something. One thing at a time. Stay with it. Stay present. Don't go on another multitasking, multidimensional tangent, okay? I wrote this all out for you. Check it out. So this is what to do. What do you do, right? The question is, what the heck, Eve? You're making me scared. Good, because we don't want extinction now. That's what we're facing without embracing our feminine values, our feminine side, our proclivities, our ability to dream the future, intuit things, gut knowing, heart response, compassion, empathy. If we don't have those things going on, big thinking that's inclusive and it's like a sphere instead of a line that goes in one direction, the sacred feminine sees it all at once. If we don't do that, we are headed towards extinction through robot stuff and global warming and wars and cruelty and famine and illnesses, which can all be avoided by simply bringing in the herbal medicine of women. There's tons of cures out there. Bringing in heart and compassion that includes just the thought we can feed everybody. It starts to happen if you just say yes to that side of yourself and to that side in men and to that side of love in queer people and gay people and that side of you in a business world. So what you're going to do is you're going to take the list of all of your masculine qualities. I guarantee is the one that you're really living from right now, unless you're a very rare person, the 5% out of the planet. Male, maybe there's more than that, because in indigenous societies we know there's balance. There always has been. That's why they're so wise and ancient, because that's how it was. That's what the wisdom is, you know. But you take that list, all right? And on the backside is the feminine list that you're kind of not really tapping into. All I want you to do is flip over the list, okay? Now the feminine list is in front of you, and you're going to start living from her, from that list. You're going to live from the feminine list, and you're going to let the masculine list on the back push through the page to support her. Now, the way it has been going is we've been living from the masculine, but the feminine, she doesn't push. She's receptive. So she doesn't push through. She disappears. And the masculine just takes over, and all of those qualities of us remain delinquent and atrophied or forgotten. But you switch over the list. Now look at it. It's got meditation and body and sexuality and heart and home time and time with your family and all of the arts, live music and dancing, being an artist, not just consuming, original thinking and feeling with heart and all of the emotions expressed. It's a very passionate side of yourself. And you let that masculine start to support her. Now what's interesting is, you know that story of the big rocks and the little rocks in the container, how you have this container full of rocks. It's got a bunch of big rocks and a bunch of little rocks, and you pour them all out, and then you try to pour them back in and they don't fit. You're like, how were they all just in the jar a minute ago? Well, it was because if you put So the little rocks all in first, the big rocks don't fit. But you put the big rocks in, then all the little rocks fit in around it. Well, that's the way it is with the feminine and masculine, okay? The feminine side of yourself, of life, are the big rocks. They are the foundation of love, the foundation of compassion, inclusivity, world peace, and sacred, abundant, joyous creativity. And the little rocks are the how-tos. That's our masculine side. Our masculine side is how we're going to put it all together. And he fits all around those big rocks. So that when you flip over that list and you're living from the big rocks, the little rocks of the masculine are going to push through the page because he has yang energy and he will support all of your big rocks. I promise you. It's the true thing. And how do I know this? Because of being a dyslexic, where I had no choice but to live from my feminine in a world that told me it was impossible, not a good idea, not worthy of authority or trust. And I found that, wow, I'm still here. I'm still alive. I'm still thriving. And my masculine has been coming as best he can. For a dyslexic, we have less masculine energy. It's basically the dyslexic advantage is that we are very feminine beings, whether we're boys or girls. We have more feminine energy than masculine energy. And so as soon as the dyslexic person can learn how to have the masculine support them instead of undermine them, put them down, the whole world saying you're not as equal, you're not, your gifts are not allowed unless you do what we say first, and then you spend most of your life just trying to learn to read and write, and do numbers when the numbers and the words switch around and are constantly moving. It's not a done deal. You can't do it. You'll waste your entire life, but you have all these other feminine gifts, right? So, but that dyslexic advantage is the feminine advantage in you. Everyone can access it. So much love, darling. Thank you for listening to my first attempt to give this big talk that I've been wanting to give around the world. I have a lot of different ways to name it. I could call it, and I'd love your advice, 13 lifesavers you need to reclaim your own feminine magic, 13 stolen powers of your feminine magic, 13 divine feminine stolen powers, 13 forgotten lifesavers from the feminine half of beingness, 10 superpowers of the divine feminine in you, the magic feminine power to save the world in us all. There is only one problem on earth that causes all suffering, the one thing that causes all suffering. There is one problem that, when fixed, will solve all problems on earth. And it is the disappearance of the divine feminine and bringing her back. Thank you, love. My name is Eve Christoph. I have a book out. It's called Eve's Eden, Her Pillars of Existence. It's out on Amazon. Right now it's under Eva Sophia as my pen name. It will be under Eve Christoph soon. And I have a second book that is already written, about to come out in a few months, and it's called Eve's Paradise, Her Primary Elements. It's a trilogy, actually. Eve's Heaven, Her Forms of Love will come next year. And bless you. How's your feminine half of beingness today? Ask that question. Write the list of your sacred feminine joy. And choose one thing, just one of those things on the list today that you can nourish. And consider this, flipping the list, as a huge, beneficent, self-loving act and world-loving act. Much love, darling. I'm at evesedenarts@gmail.com.